Hey everyone, you're watching Player Review Team channel. We finally reached the god of the game, and some guy you get for 10 weekend league wins. It's already clear who's better, but we'll still try to find at least some minor advantages the Spaniard might have over the great Brazilian. And of course, we'll talk about a few other solid options. It'll be dynamic, entertaining, and worth your time. So stay tuned. We're giving away 25 million coins and 5 weekend league boosts over the next 4 months, while FC25 is still active. All links in the description. You can unlock the best player on the planet for just 500,000 coins. Sure, it's kind of disrespectful from EA, but it is what it is. So, the greatest comes with the body type of Apollo, perfect height, and 5-star skill moves with a 4-star weak foot. For chemistry style, our Hulk fits best with the same name style. We get golden finesse shot and incisive pass, plus rapid plus, and a set of other valuable playstyles like trickster and press proven. EA didn't give Antony multiple positions, but whatever, guess we'll just have to destroy everyone from the right flank. Oh yeah, there's also Nico Williams, the guy you get for 10 weekend league wins. But look, boring 5-star doesn't even have 100 pace, just 99, and no trickster either. Seriously though, the card looks solid. Plus, he can play both on the left and right wing. Let's start with the GOAT and how explosive he is. Check out this burst into the box for example. Antony's main edge is his maxed out dribbling, which has always affected how effective speed boosts feel. The Golden Rapid helps a lot too, not just for accelerating but also for getting away. However, the Brazilian struggles to get away when receiving the ball in motion. You can really notice that against lengthy defenders. That's why it's important to first trigger the speed boost, only then can Antony break free from anyone. We'll get back to his finishing in a bit. Now let's talk about the guy from 10 wins. Nico Williams doesn't have the same speed boost, but he's faster over longer distances, and he can finesse it with either foot. On top of that, he's better at receiving the ball at pace thanks to his first touch and escapes defenders more easily. Plus, he's got silver low driven shot and trivela, a combo that always works well together. Honestly, low driven shot is a must-have for an inside forward who regularly crashes the box. This shot helps big time when you're being pressed and don't have time to think or adjust to the ball, like in this example with a quick poke past the keeper. It's a shame this card doesn't have the striker position, it would have looked great there. The flanks really limit Nico's potential. Back to the legend. Note that Antony only has finesse plus and a 4-star weak foot, which isn't a huge deal considering he's on the right side and has gorgeous finesse shots with his left. This is also where Trickster comes into play, helping him set up finesse shots or even silver trivelas. Comparing him to Nico, it's clear Antony lacks extra positions. For example, left winger would have been a perfect addition, especially considering those trivelas, but honestly, skills, trickster, and finesse shots aren't even the most important things. What really sets Antony apart is that he's one of the most agile players in the game. He strongly resembles upgraded versions of Pedro Neto and Neymar. Actually, he feels even better. The left stick is simply magical, as are his L1 movements. His control is so smooth, you'll want to play everything through the Brazilian and dribble past several players. And it's not even hard with how responsive he is. If you're good with skill moves, you'll get even more out of this card. Thanks to the small body type, skills feel quick and snappy. What about our friend Nico? Overall, not bad, but his body type is bulkier, so he's nowhere near Antony in terms of agility. The lack of trickster hurts, so it makes more sense to use skill combos and stepovers, or just play simpler one-touch passes with the help of tiki-taka. And by the way, tiki-taka works great, which is why a striker position or even a false 9 role would have really helped. Nico isn't exactly heavy, but as you can guess, he just can't compete with the Brazilian on the other side. That said, what really makes the Spaniard stand out is his strength, balance, and even some aggression, helping him bulldoze through defenders and keep possession, especially with the marksman chemistry style. Meanwhile, Antony is super fragile and gets bullied by just about anyone. Even small players can easily shove him off the ball. Lastly, let's highlight his ability to play those tight, incisive passes, which would have been perfect for a central attacking role like Cam. Shame he can only play on the right wing. As you know, in EAFC 25, the rewards for the Weekend League are awesome, which means that the game has become much harder to play. Our boosters will help you to get the best rewards. Write in, because the number of spots is limited. And don't forget that we also sell coins at a cheap price. All links in the description. To sum up, Antony left a much stronger impression than Nico. Sure, they can play together and aren't direct competitors, but if you had to choose just one, it's Antony. The Brazilian is insane on the left stick, super explosive, and has lethal finesse shots on his left. He really feels like Pedro Neto's card, only better on the left stick. To be honest, as OP as Hansen is, Antony felt even better, mainly because of the left stick. That said, if you already have the new Yamal or Rafinha, Antony might not be necessary, unless you switch those guys to the left side. Thankfully, they can play there, unlike Antony. Speaking of Barca players, we still wouldn't swap Ferran for Antony, and definitely not for Nico Williams, even with golden finesse shots. Although personally, we think Ferran looks best as a striker, so these cards can actually complement each other. But if you didn't get Nico, don't worry at all. Honestly, we wouldn't even run Nico if we had players like Ferran, Vini and his evolution versions, or even Ribéry. And in general, if you've upgraded Mbappe through the recent evolution, there's no reason to replace him either. By the way, let us know which recent SBCs or new cards you liked most and why. And remember, full ratings for Nico and Antony will be available tomorrow on our Twitter. If you have questions, drop them in the comments. We'll try to answer quickly. And as always, if this video was helpful, or at least entertaining, don't forget to like and subscribe. We really appreciate the support. Thanks for watching and see you in the next videos.